Welcome to Inside View. I'm your host, Sid Marsh, and with me today are Annie Boyce and Mike Ruggles from Common Ground. Welcome, Mike and Annie.
Thank you.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
be here.
having us.
Well, okay, to start off, why don't you explain what Common Ground is for the folks that don't know?
Oh, okay. Common Ground Senior Services, we have two major programs. And one is our Meals on Wheels program, and one is a program called Silver Street Transportation. Meals on Wheels delivers meals to isolated homebound seniors in two counties, Amador and Calaveras.
And when you say senior, what's the age?
Oh, seniors, I'm sorry, 60 plus.
60 plus, okay.
Okay, with our programs, there are no income requirements. Our program is totally based on donation. We have a suggested or a contribution of $4 per meal. That's if the client can afford. Most of our clients, I would say, good 80% of our clients cannot afford to donate to the program because of, housing and prescriptions and that kind of stuff. So
Well, they're on a fixed income.
absolutely, because they are on a fixed income. And the same thing applies to Silver Streak. Again, it's 60 and over.
And what is Silver Streak? I mean, it's a
It-
transportation, but what do they do for the seniors?
It's a transportation program. We take our seniors to doctor's appointments.
Oh, okay.
Doctor's appointments. We pick up prescriptions. We take them shopping if they need to.
I think the other thing, we do what we call a door-to-door service.
Yes.
So if we pick you up at the door, we're going to take you to the doctor's office, make sure you go through that door, and then we're going to wait to pick you up and take you home.
How far in advance do they have to let you know?
Well, in some cases, we're very busy these days.
Yes.
And so if we could get 10 days to 2 weeks advance on things like doctor's appointments, that would be helpful.
And how many people are taking advantage of both Meals and Wheels and Silver Streak?
Well, let me first talk about Meals on Wheels, if we can.
Okay, sure.
The last 12 months, this last year, we have provided a little over 41,700 meals
Wow.
to 309 seniors that are basically homebound and isolated just here in Calaveras County.
But you're also in the other two
We're in the other
adjoining
two.
counties,
Yeah,
right?
but the numbers I just gave are just for
Wow.
Calaveras County.
Calaveras County, yes.
So, as far as the transportation is concerned, I don't know how many hundreds we do, but it's quite a few.
It's quite busy.
Yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vans and 2 buses that we use.
Are you in competition with Calaveras Transit or?
No, actually.
Do you help each other out?
We really help them out, yes. On our website, for example, we have a page called Connections, and in that, we really connect to various resources in all 3 counties. And part of that connection is with Calaveras Connection.
Okay.
So it shows what their time schedules are and all the rest. Yeah.
But for instance, could you take somebody from Calaveras and bring them over to Tuolumne, to the medical center there?
We do an
You go-
awful lot of that, as a matter of fact. So we take a lot of people from this county over to doctor's appointments in hospitals, the cancer center, et cetera, over in Tuolumne County.
And so where do you get your money for all this? How does this all work?
Well, from various places.
Okay.
We recently got a grant from Calaveras County, a CDBG grant, which has helped us get 2 new vans for transportation. We get some federal funding for transportation as well. We, through the Older Americans Act, we get funding through Area 12 Agency on Aging. And plus what we get in the way of donations and other grants and fundraising.
That keeps you going.
Well, hopefully it keeps us
And
going.
you were mentioning before about the Wheels for Meals. Was that that's for the 2 vans
Well,
you were talking
Wheels for
about?
Meals is really a fundraiser that we've just started. We have 3 different vehicles that we currently use daily for delivering meals to our clients, both in Calaveras County and Amador County. But they've been doing, two of them have been around since 2007. They're pushing 300,000 miles.
Wow.
In a couple of cases, we're taping doors together literally with Gorilla Tape. And handling the maintenance on these vehicles, it's almost to the point where we're paying more for the maintenance and the upkeep than the vehicles are worth. So what we're doing now is putting a fundraiser out to get a new vehicle. And unfortunately, they're no longer inexpensive. So new ones that we need to have, which has refrigeration units in it, run close to $60,000.
Wow.
So far we've raised $35,000. And so we hope to raise the rest of it very shortly and get a new vehicle going.
Now, in the past, you were able to do fundraisers where people could get together, auctions, that sort of thing, but do you have anything planned? I know COVID kind of put
Do you want
the
to?
kibosh on
We're
things.
working on it.
Yeah.
We've got ideas that we.
COVID hurt us.
Yeah, COVID
It really
definitely
just
did
kind of
hurt
took
us,
the wind
yes.
out of our sails.
Did you see a decrease in people or an increase in people because of COVID, using your
No,
service?
that's a great question. Actually, what we saw is an increase.
I bet, yeah.
Probably close in this county. I think it was close to about 25% increase in the number of people wanting meals delivered. So that definitely was an increase. And that hasn't gone away. Now that we're seeing, the COVID dissipate a little bit, we're still seeing those numbers go up.
Now, these are prepared meals, right?
They're frozen meals.
Oh, they're frozen, okay, frozen.
They're
So
totally prepared, frozen. And what we do is we deliver 5 days of meals at one time. So they can choose what they want and go from there.
So you buy these meals from a contractor, or so these
Yes,
frozen, and
correct.
then you supply them to the people, and they heat them up, and that's it.
Right, and the supplier of the Meals on Wheels, our guidelines are very, very strict. So it needs to be nutritious. We have to get the okay from our dietitian before we can serve those meals. So he analyzes every little details, of what's in the meal. So it's basically 1/3 of your recommended daily requirements. So it's got your entree and your fruits and your vegetables and your juices and your bread. They're actually quite good. We kind of sample them. We have clients, some comments were the fact like this is fit for a king, or it's just really. But then that's because the need is so great out there that our seniors really appreciate the fact that they're getting a nice hot meal. And the fact is, they have the autonomy to warm up these food at any time.
At any
And
time,
you still
right.
get the consistency, the quality, the look is still there. And honestly, it really does taste really good. And we don't give them the same meal on a weekly basis. There's a 5-week rotation. So they would not get the same meals duplicated in that month if there's a 5-week cycle.
Is this 7 days a week, 5 days a week? Is it?
Well, we deliver 1 day. Every county has a route, so we deliver. Let's just say Angels Camp 1 day, Arno 1 day, Copper 1 day. So we have routes that we deliver, and we deliver 5 frozen meals.
Oh, okay, it's not a daily thing.
Oh
Okay.
no,
So
that's.
they get their week's worth of
They
their
get
5
their
days.
week's
Yeah.
worth, absolutely. And then if we feel that the client needs additional meals, we will give them additional meals. We take intakes, we kind of, ask them what their needs are. That's what we do.
Now, you mentioned a dietitian. It sounds like there's quite a few people helping you at all.
Oh,
You must have
absolutely.
maintenance on the car, on the trucks and things. And how many people really work for Meals on Wheels?
Oh my.
In total, I think with all of the staff that we have, paid staff, not volunteers,
Right.
I think we're at 13 or 14.
That's pretty good staff. Yeah.
So, and plus our volunteers.
And you're constantly looking for volunteers.
And we could
so-
always use more
Always
volunteers.
use.
Good.
Yes.
So people should contact you if
Yes,
they'd like to volunteer. Sure.
absolutely.
Okay.
Always looking for volunteers.
The one thing I'd like to also express is that particularly with COVID, during the COVID period, a lot of our seniors that we provide meals to and other services to are homebound, or they're isolated, they're out in areas, railroad flat and elsewhere. And quite often our drivers are the only people they might see
Absolutely.
in a week. And with COVID, they were really locked down. And so we had some restrictions. We could at least say hi and do other things, but we couldn't go in the house and as we used to do. So that had a little bit of an effect, but we still maintain those relationships, and those drivers and those clients put a bond together that are very, very strong.
It's a social thing.
Yeah, very much
I
so.
imagine.
Plus, it gives us a chance to make sure that once you start understanding who the clients are, you can begin to see if you see changes in their health conditions.
Have there been times where you had to report to their doctors or something that there may be a problem and look into
Yeah,
it?
or you ask for a wellness check or do
Right.
those sorts of things, yes, yeah. So there's a lot to it than
There
just
is.
delivering a meal.
Absolutely, and there's many a times too, where our driver has come and the client is in distress or something happened to the client.
Right.
So our driver, of course, stays with the client, calls 911 and stays with them until, emergency services or, comes and whatnot.
Do the drivers get a little training to help them at all?
We give them some direction, but one of the things we want them to do, obviously, is if somebody needs help, there are some things that they should not do.
Right.
But certainly staying with that person until help arrives is the most important thing that we could look at. But we also look at other things. If you take, right now we're in a very hot period of time.
Right.
And there are a lot of our clients that really don't have air conditioning. And so we reach out and find out if they need additional help in some way or another. And our drivers will come back and say that a certain client is having problems, so we can give them a fan. That helps a little bit. It's not 100%, but at least, and there's no cost, there's no attachment, there's nothing. It's just there when they need it.
Now, is Silver Streak and Meals on Wheels two different things, or are they kind of combined? I mean, the drivers and things like that?
It's two different programs,
Two
and they're two very essential, important programs. Talk about Silver Streak real quick, and I know we do encourage the clients if they're going to use Silver Streak, especially for doctor appointments and stuff, give us at least, a week or 2 weeks notice. But, if there's an emergency, well, not an emergency, call 911, of course. But if something really pressing comes up and something happened where they could make it to the doctors, still give us a call. Reach out to our program manager, Michelle. She's wonderful in trying to make it happen and getting you to that appointment. So do not, yes, give us as much notice as you can, but at the same time, don't get deterred about, well, I'm not calling a week or 2 weeks in advance. Call us, we might have a driver available, or sometimes, even our director, Ruggles, so they would take the client if need be, depending on the situation. Definitely.
Now, how many people did you say were involved with the Silver Streak, or people that use it on a regular basis, you were saying?
As far as clients are concerned, today I'm not quite sure, but I think we've done over 2,000 trips in a year. So there's it's quite busy, particularly now with COVID, and we're seeing people starting to come out. So we are getting to a point where on occasion we don't have enough drivers to take the people that need to get where they go.
And do you get volunteers for drivers, or do they have to be paid? Or
Well, we have
I
some
know you
paid,
have some
we
probably
have some
insurance
paid and
things,
some
yeah.
volunteers, so both,
Right.
yeah.
We do have a few clients too that, even on the weekends, we take them to dialysis in Sonora. And I know we do have a couple paid staff that they kind of alternate because that's a Saturday, that they're taking a few clients over to dialysis.
One of the things that Silver Streak was involved with during COVID is that we, Meals on Wheels section, if you will, contacted all of our clients to see if they had a way to get access to get their vaccinations. Because a lot of them can't be reached by internets or computers. And so we reached out with the county help. We reached out to them. And then we kind of acted as a go-between between the county health department and the client to arrange appointments for them. And then if they didn't have transportation, then Silver Streak would help take them where they needed to go to get their vaccination.
Interesting, so you're really helping the whole vaccination
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
As far as Meals on Wheels, how far in advance do people need to contact you?
Oh, gosh. That's a very easy question, of course it is, but depending, well, you know, this week, and I was just showing Mike, it's only Tuesday. Well, today's Wednesday now.
Today is Wednesday.
Yeah, but as of yesterday, just the 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, we've signed up 12 new additional clients. We will get them on the route. If they call us today and the delivery for that area is tomorrow, we will get them on the route for tomorrow. So there really is no waiting period at all. We put them on right away. And then if the need is that, well, I don't have any food. I have this gentleman today, as a matter of fact, just got out of the hospital. His freezer broke down. He had absolutely no food in the house. So we called in today, and gentleman's 93 years old. And it was like, I really need food. So we just went ahead, signed him up, and then I personally delivered food, which is one of my favorite parts, because I get to meet the clients. I like to put faces to the clients, you know, and so that was very that was good. That was good.
How long have you been doing this?
A little bit over 10 years.
And what were you doing before? How'd you get into it?
How did I get into it? I actually started, I would tell you honestly, as a volunteer.
Oh, okay.
And I actually volunteered for like 6 months before I got hired on. And then I started running the program, and I loved it. I loved it. This is a job that you get a lot of grateful people. The loves you. It's the best. Before COVID started, we used to do what we call welfare. We used to go to their homes to assess them.
Mm-hmm.
So we do 4 assessments a year, which is home phone, home phone. But every 6 months, we're literally going out to the client's house and, you know, looking around in our surroundings, making sure they're okay, doing referrals as we need to do. And that was one of the best parts of the job. The volunteers to me is so important because, especially the Meals on Wheels program, our routes are so big that if we could take a volunteer and give them at least 10 people on that route, then they can spend time,
Right.
you know,
It's not
knowing the
just
client.
dropping off.
Absolutely. Where now our drivers they got to get in and get out because they're the time period. We have a time period to make sure that those meals are safe, whatever. So, yeah, volunteers, oh my gosh, come on in, call us. Because we really want to get back to spending time with the clients. You know, more than at least 10, 15 minutes or whatever it takes. And not just, here's your food and, you know, move on.
What are some of the things that are on your wish list that would help the whole Meals on Wheels, you know, that you don't have that you wish you had?
Oh, that's a really good question. More volunteers is definitely a wish list.
Uh-huh.
Would love to have that. Oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to anyway. More family. What I have found in the program is families are out of the area. And so they kind of depend on Common Ground Senior Services to take care of their parents or, you know, that kind of stuff. I would just like to see more family involvement because it does, I'm not going to say it puts a lot of stress on us, it's just concerning.
Yeah.
Because we can't take care of everybody as much as we want to, but there's nothing like that family support. But we have a lot of clients that don't have that. And so they look at us for that, or their families from out of state or wherever they are look to us to take care of their parents or, et cetera.
Do you see a need for other services besides meal? As you do this, you're saying we need more people, the
Right.
family
Well, we have
participation.
we have great resources.
Right.
Every tribe has tons of programs that we do a lot of referrals to. They have a homemaker program where they can come in and get the house clean and make sure that the clients are safe. They have a program that you grab bars. One thing we always want to be sure that the client has grab bars in their showers or their toilets, whatever their needs are. We do have a lot of resources that we do use, we utilize. Friendship line that there's a lot of clients facing during COVID. Depression. We get a lot of that, and we do get a lot of calls on that. And sometimes we're on the phone for a long period of time, but we also get referrals to that, or call a senior payer counseling group and go, this person really needs to talk. And
Do you see a need for counselors for your program?
well, we're no.
I think there is in just about anywhere
Yes.
today, in today's world. What we need to see more of is home health caregivers. That is an area that is just lacking tremendously. And it's just systemic everywhere. So there's not enough people helping the elderly that need it at home. And our whole objective really is to try to keep people in their homes, not send them off to an assisted living facility or to a SNF, if you will. And those things just, if we could find, if it isn't our problem, it's a community problem, it's a nation problem, and we haven't figured out how to solve it yet.
Now, are you talking about volunteers or professionals or this
Both.
kind of?
Both.
Yeah, or
Right.
even family members coming in and acting
Right.
as caregivers, because it can be very, very stressful if you're dealing with a loved one who, for example, has dementia,
Yes.
and you're located in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and it can be very difficult. And a lot of times, if you're looking at assisted living facility, you can't pay that $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 a month. So there's a big hole there that needs to be filled.
Well, another thing that we've done is during the holidays, and we reach out to different organizations, and they bring us gifts for our seniors.
Oh, okay.
We send out Valentine's Day cards. We send out Mother's Day cards. We send out Father's Day cards, Thanksgiving cards, thinking of you cards. The response.
A lot of that people
Oh,
just bring
yes,
to our office.
yes.
They've gone and written
They
these
get
cards.
going, absolutely, and in the school, got the school involved and sending that out. Churches, it means a lot when you get those calls come in, and of course, I had a senior crying. This is the first Christmas card I've ever had in umpteen years. And it was just like, aw. And then the little gifts, it doesn't have to be anything. I mean, they're happy with, oh my gosh, a pair of socks and gloves or something for the winter, for Christmas. Just any little thing that's just saying, we care, we're thinking about you, we love you. When we do put that, we love you.
You mentioned schools. Have you tried to get children involved?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and that's what we have done.
How have you done that? What
Oh,
do you-
kind of basically reach out to the schools. Amador County, got to get Calaveras involved in that one. But yeah, Amador County is they make enough where we're able to circulate it to both counties. But you reach out to the schools and first, second, third graders, and they do it as a project in school. Or the churches is the same way.
Almost like adopt a grandparent. or something.
Absolutely,
That sort of
love
thing.
it. Yes, and that's basically really what it is.
Yeah,
Yes,
because somebody has to take care of grandma.
absolutely.
And you guys fill
Yeah,
that gap, that void.
right. And some of those cards that they write is just precious. It's just precious. I don't know, is it on the website? We're gonna post some of those precious cards on the website. But
So you do have a website?
Yes.
People can go to, and
Yes, absolutely. For more information, it's a long one. It's Common Ground SeniorServices.org. But great information if you want to know more about us and how we can help or how you can help. Please, go into our website. Good information on there.
how about you, Mike? What would be some of your wish lists for Silver Streak?
Well, I think I'd like to see more drivers.
Yeah.
That would definitely be one thing we want to do. I think being able to, funding is a big thing for us, and so we'd like to see
Usually is.
more funding in that regard. And as long as we can reach out and people understand that we can provide a service to them, I think we need to probably reach out more than we've done in the past to let them know that we are available for things.
How do you reach out to seniors that may not be computer savvy or, that sort of thing? What sort of ways do you reach
Well,
out?
you can use the old-fashioned way, which is telephone.
Okay,
That works well for a lot of them. We could see more connections coming down the line for seniors through some of the fundings that are being done nationally. I think that would be helpful, but a lot of our clients, I'm really I'm surprised how many clients that we have that are over 85 years old
really?
and into their 90s. It's amazing.
Right. And word of mouth has been huge with us, especially the Meals on Wheels clients. They'll call and go, well, I didn't hear, I knew nothing about your program until they saw their neighbor receiving Meals on Wheels, and the neighbor would tell them about the program. There's a lot of seniors that does not know about the program. That's the ones that we really, would like to focus on. Upcountry is an issue. In Calaveras County, we go now. We have a few clients in Dorrington, and then we go all the way down to Copper, and then as far out as Burson, and all the way up to West Point. So we're actually hitting the end line of each count of the county. The border right there.
Well, I applaud both of you for all the
Oh,
work
thank
you've done
you.
for the seniors. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having
Thank you
us.
thank you for being here. Well, I'm Sid Marsh, and this has been Inside View, and we'll see you the next time.